and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Automobilista 2 video. Now version 0.8.7 has been released and with it has come a load of changes to the game. Now I don't intend to go into real great depth about all of these different changes, however if you are really interested you can head straight over to Steam, just take a look at the game page and all of the developments are on there for you to take a look at. With this update though, as you would expect, there is a couple of changes that really needed to be implemented. They're still continuing to try and work with the AI within the game, and I have to say it does feel slightly better, but there is still some really strange sort of occurrences happening, particularly with the rolling start. You quite often get put straight into a wall. You might even get a penalty before the race even starts, but they have managed to sort of draw back the overall sort of clumsiness of the AI in a lot of places. There certainly seems to be less erratic driving going on the track, which is great to see, but by far and away the biggest change is the force feedback. Now I know Reza have been working really hard to try and make this feel as good as possible on every type of wheel on the market. I'm only using a G29, but since they've done this update, it is phenomenal. It's like a different game.
Very nice.
It's not really an area I thought that they needed to work particularly hard on. I was quite happy with it. You could use the original settings, play around with them a little bit and make it feel quite good, but now they've actually done it. It is night and day, and honestly if you haven't been back on this game since this update, just go and check it out. Now what is really nice is that with the information we're actually being given on Steam now, they're giving us a lot of insights into what's actually going to be happening with the game. And one thing I really wanted to touch down with you guys on very quickly is that if you are planning on buying the game, the fact that they're now coming towards version 1.0, they're saying the price is going to start to increase. So you really want to be getting in there pretty quickly to get that 40% discount that we originally got when they released it into early access. They're going to be putting it up by another 20% in the coming days, and then as soon as it releases, obviously it's going to go to full price. So it is worth getting now if you are thinking about getting it, and in its current form you're definitely getting a game that's worth the money that they've currently got it at. Next week we're going to be getting a brand new car. It's the Brazilian prototype, the Sigma P1, and they've also announced that we will be getting the modern Kyalami circuit to go along with the historical 1976 version that we already have in the game. On top of that, they also gave us this little teaser shot here, which is clearly showing a Porsche, so hopefully that will be coming to the game very soon. And they're also hinting at a new track here. Now, looking online at what everybody is saying, it looks like it's going to be the Nürburgring that's going to be coming to the game, which will be a great addition. So fingers crossed we see all this stuff really soon. But anyway, back to today's event, and what I wanted to do was another single event versus the AI to just test out these new updates and see how the game now feels. The car I've decided to use is from the sprint race category. It is a mid-rear layout. It's got 265 brake horsepower. It only weighs 940 kilograms. It is a lively little car, but at the same time, it's got loads of grip, which is why I really enjoy it. And it's perfect on this track, which is going to be Australia. It's the Adelaide circuit. So here we go, we're off to a rolling start, which seems to be my running thing with this game. I'm not sure why I always do this, but I just seem to prefer a rolling start. But we're away here, and as always, if you've watched any of these videos, the key to this is going to be trying to get to the front as quickly as we possibly can. So I'm going to take the inside here. Now this is quite a tight little track. I'm sure most of you are very familiar with Adelaide. There's not a huge amount of opportunity to overtake. Well, I'm planning to take two there quite nicely. But there is certain areas that you do get the freedom to do that. Now I've also noticed with the AI since this update, there seems to be certain points on this track where they actually drive a little bit slower than you might expect. Certainly when we come up to the straight, you'll see exactly what I mean. It's almost like they let off the power a little bit and give you that option. So here we go. Coming down this straight now, you can see that I'm just creeping up on this car, no worries at all. I should be able to get past him. And again, the centre part of this, where we've got that nice gentle right-hand turn, you just lift the power ever so slightly, and that gives you enough ability to turn there. But the AI just seemed to slow right down, so quite often you can take a place at that point as well. I just need to brake here and nearly overshoot that one, but yeah, so the key to this is going to be, as always, just driving as quickly as I possibly can, trying to get as far to the front as possible, as early as possible, because as they spread out, it does become increasingly more and more difficult to do that. Just coming up to the final corner here of the first lap, and I'm pretty happy with that. We've managed to jump all the way up to 5th position, and it needs to be like that for this next lap as well. So I'm going to come out here and down this straight as fast as I possibly can, try and tuck in behind this car and see if I can get him on this first little chicane here. Now this is another point where the AI slows down a lot. Although you can't squeeze past them on the chicane, you can power through like that, but I can't get space that time round and try and get past them at that point. Any of you that have been watching these videos will know I've been really struggling to even get a podium finish on any of the tracks I've been doing. Now, it's not that I'm not getting them off camera, it's just that every time I try and, well, as soon as I turn the camera on, it all seems to go very wrong for me. So this time round, I have had a few more practice goes on this. I have actually won this race off camera, but I did have to push extremely hard. There was a couple of collisions. It wasn't the cleanest of events, so I'm going to try and get a nice clean race here and still go for that win. So now I'm nice and close to this car just in front here. This is going to be a great time, hopefully, to show you exactly what I mean about this right hand turn. So as you can see, I've just let off slightly, back on the power, and you can see the AI there is just so easy to overtake. A little bit of late braking here and into this right hander, which is a bit tight, but I've done it all right that time. And again, it's a nice easy way to take places. So although it hasn't been quite such a dramatic second lap here, I have gone up to 4th position. There's no real chance of me getting past anyone now until we get back to that first chicane again. Okay, so I'm definitely not going to be close enough here to take 3rd spot straight away, but what I'm going to do is just try and wheel him in a little bit here, close this gap down, and in fact I've got, I might even be able to get past him here. No, I'm going to have to give him the space, I think. But yeah, if I can hold a nice tight formation behind him here, I may well be able to take him on the straight, assuming he does let off the power like they seem to do, and like I said a minute ago, which is going to put me into 3rd position, which will be a first for this game on this channel. So fingers crossed we might actually get that podium I've been searching for a little while. So here we go, coming up onto the straight here. I'm a little bit further away than I'd like to be, but hopefully we can still do this. I'll just have to late brake at the end of the straight here. So just lifting off the power ever so slightly there, back on it again, tucking behind him as much as I possibly can here. And I don't think, again, I'm going to quite get there. No, I'll have to leave him some space again, so it may not be till the next lap. Fingers crossed I might be able to get into that 3rd position. Anyway though, I know it's a question that I asked on the last video as well, but how are you guys getting on with Automobilista 2? Are you really enjoying it? For me personally, I think I've put more hours into this than I have anything else recent. I'm about to go into the back of it on the brake. Oh, that was close. Yeah, I've put probably more hours into this game than anything else lately, and I've been having a load of fun with it. And I know it's not perfect, there's loads of things that need to be sorted out. I just wonder if I can get round him on the inside here. If I just push a little bit harder down the left, is he going to give me a gap? He has. There we go, into 3rd. First time, like I say, on the channel. I couldn't be happier with that. I just don't want to make any mistakes now, but I would still like to go for that 1st position, so let's see what happens. I tend to make mistakes now. I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same. You get really excited and that's when it all goes wrong. So I am just going to take it a little bit easy and try and be careful. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying, you know, are you enjoying this? Is there a lot of people out there playing it? Because it's really difficult to gauge. I know it didn't have the best release in the world. Certainly the way it was released and the fact that it was delayed right at the last minute as well wasn't particularly good. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on the game down below. And also, again, just get in contact and let me know if you're actually enjoying this content. It's not a game I ever did before previously. And as I've said to you all before, I never actually played the original game either, so it's definitely not something that I've ever done here. So it is a little bit difficult to gauge what the people or what you guys want to see me actually producing here on the channel. But it is nice to get away from GT Sport every now and again, and this is definitely a game that I'm happy to put some hours into. Little slip there. This is the problem now. I just need to be very careful, as I just said. Now, coming on to this final lap, we're in 3rd position. We've got the podium. I'm very happy with that. Can I improve it slightly? I don't think it's going to be on this car. I'm just going to see if I can get up the inside here. Oh, no, I probably shouldn't have done that. There you go. I got a penalty. Let him go back through there. So yeah, I do need to be careful. I don't know what it is about every time I've got a camera on, but I always seem to lose it on the last lap. So I'm just going to stick behind this guy. I think it's going to be best bet is going to be trying to take him on the straight, as I've done with so many others. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all the way to that 1st position there. He is a little bit too far away, I think. But we'll keep trying. I guess there's just very few areas in the latter part of the track that you can actually get past people. But here's my opportunity. He's come off really slow from that corner. I'm going to take him on the right-hand side here. No worries at all, but I do need him to move out of the way just so I've got a better line. There he goes. I can get around this safely. Now, all I need to do is try and get into this 1st position. Now, it does look like it's going to be a bit of an impossible task here. Oh, especially if I'm doing that, I need to brake. That's a really bad into that corner there. I lost some time there, unfortunately. Now, this last section of the course, as you've probably seen from me doing it, is very difficult to even make up any time. The last thing I'm going to be able to do really is coming up to that final corner, try and outbrake him again and then get a better exit. But even looking at it now, I think it is going to be too far. I'm going to make a mistake here again, really late into that corner. But there we go. So it's going to be a 2nd place finish, but I will take that 100%. Next time round, I will be going for a victory. I think it's going to be Caterham's. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel so you can find out next time I'm here. Thanks for coming by the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.